Terr'r time, Terr'r time, Terr'r time, Terr'r time, Terr'r time, Terr'r time. Good day everyone and welcome to Adventures with Parker. We have Amanda here. We also are joined by Quenten and Tyler. And we are here on the last park of our trip, and that is Indiana Beach. This is kind of an unplanned stop. We figured it's kind of on our way home, so we ended up getting a hotel here in Monticello just to break up the driving. And yeah, we're here to enjoy the park for a few hours and celebrate the end of an amazing trip. This is a park that I've always wanted to go to. There's some pretty cool rides here. There's some good wooden coasters. There's Lost Coaster, there's Steel Hogs.
I'm really excited for Lost Coaster. I've heard interesting things.
I'm excited for that orange coaster.
Steel Hog.
It looks very cool with that. I saw how people were going upside down, so I'm actually excited to try that type. I don't think I've been on that type of ride before.
So without any further ado, let the Indiana Beach adventures
begin with our amazing Adventures with Parker.
Okay, so our first roller coaster of the day is going to be Steel Hog. This is the park's S&S El Loco. Now, I've never been on one of these kinds of rides before, but the best way to describe it would be kind of like the combination of a Eurofighter and a Wild Mouse. They look so crazy, like they have some insane transitions, a beyond vertical drop. I'm very excited to try it out. But it's kind of weird because it's stuffed in the corner here. The rest of the park is kind of jutting out into the lake kind of boardwalk, but it still seems pretty cool. So without any further ado, let's hop in line. All right, first credit of the day, we did Steel Hog, and it was such a fun ride. A very interesting and very different ride from a lot of other coasters I've done, but still a good one nevertheless. We had some great moments of hang time, especially with the Heartline twist. One of my favorite moments was actually towards the end. There was a downwards Heartline twist. So you kind of spiral down a slant. That was really cool. The first drop was crazy. That beyond vertical, just what a way to start. It was so snappy and so fun. The shapes are kind of interesting. The lap bar was very similar to the S&S Screaming Swings, kind of like Skyhawk at Cedar Point. And then there was kind of like a partial shoulder bar, like it only came to here, so you could easily like slip under it, I guess. But yeah, very different, very cool, and yeah, I liked it overall. Only thing that wasn't good about the ride was the fact that they're doing one train ops.
One train ops? Yeah, 4 per row in that capacity, that's awful.
Yeah, like we waited maybe 20 minutes, and it's a weekday in the morning, so it's not that busy. On a Saturday, that could easily get to be like an hour or two, so.
Yeah, I can imagine in the afternoon if it's like that. Oh my god.
Yeah, they do have more trains there, so hopefully they put on more later, but it was still kind of a weird wait to start our day with, I guess. Oh my goodness, guys, this might be the biggest Ferris wheel I've ever seen. It's so tall.
It must be in the Strata Ferris wheel.
Strata Ferris wheel.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not usually a games person, but this is nice. They kind of have a covered arcade gallery. Get to stay in the shade and play some games. That's pretty cool. And then look at this giant coffee plushie you can win. That's adorable. I love that. Loink. Alrighty, our next ride of the day is Tig'rr or Tig'rr. I have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it's a roller coaster, and we're gonna do it.
Get it!
Okay, just got off with Tig'rr, which is their Schwarzkopf Jet Star coaster. It was so much fun. It was a lot more intense and aggressive than I was expecting. And just the way that you're sitting, it's kind of like toboggan style seating, and you only get a seatbelt to hold you in. So it's a very free sort of coaster experience. And that just added to the intensity and added to the thrill. And I mean, those helices are so intense, you get pushed into your seat quite a bit. So I was expecting this to be like a gentle ride almost, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. Burke, how was your Zen ride on Tig'rr?
Oh, it was way better than I was expecting. It was 10 for a family coaster. And I thought that helix was actually very good, the best part of the ride.
Oh, for sure.
That drop was pretty good too. Overall, it was better than I thought it was gonna be.
All right, our third ride of the day is going to be Cornball Express. This is cool because the station is like way up off the ground there. It's quite a hike up those stairs, and it's a hike we are willing to do for the credits. I just did Cornball Express, one of their 2 wooden coasters here. And unfortunately, the only one of the 2 that seems to be operating today. But it was pretty good. It was a lot more aggressive than I was expecting. And with those buzz bars, we got some epic airtime on some of those hills. It was just a fantastic wooden coaster. I'm surprised more people don't talk about it, but I was quite impressed with that.
It was a very good wooden coaster. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. But especially with the lap bars, so like the airtime was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. It's underrated Woody. It was pretty good. Yeah. And we rode some kick-ass Woodies on this trip.
Hello, Mr. Ivy Crow. How are you doing today? Thanks for letting me explore your park. Ooh, and that figure is made by Indiana Carvings. Little shout out to them. Okay, next up we are going to do Frankenstein's Castle. I'm not sure if this is a dark ride or a walkthrough, but it seems pretty interesting. I'm excited to try it out.
Here at Dr. Frankenstein's castle, you make you feel like one of the family. Help me! Help me! Break the shackles! Get me down! Oh, I'm running! I know who you are! Because I refuse to stand with these people! Well, now, you don't really...
Whoa, okay, one of these slanted rooms. These are crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a signature of all of these like Bill Tracy style houses. Whoa! Another scene here? What's this? Whoa! Was not expecting that. I've been coming twice.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a wizard, but wizard was. If ever, oh ever, the wizard was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. I do not like this story. This is great. Ah! Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. It is very strobey and I cannot see where I'm going. I see daylight. That's a good sign. And now I see daylight. Oh, daylight, 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 daylight. Whoa, it's bright. Hello, Sea Dragon.
We're out here and now we see another
It's actually a nice view. All right, so we do know civilization exists, but we're going back in.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay, this is a long freaking maze.
I was gonna say, like, we're on like 10 minutes of footage right now.
Push.
Push.
Woo.
Oh, dance party, spooky rave. This is my kind of thing.
Hey, whoa.
Careful.
Ah, this thing moves, guys. Step on that, Perfect.
Okay. Ah! Okay, I knew what was gonna happen. I still didn't like it. Airtime. Exit this way. We made it. We survived. We did it. All right, that was one of those coolest walkthrough attachments I've ever done. It is an extra $350 to go through it. Totally worth it. Drop the cash, do Frankenstein's castle, you will not regret it. I mean, all the animatronics, I had a few good jump scares in there. That was just really well done. And I mean, as y'all know, I'm a sucker for these classic quirky things, but this is so freaking cool. Oh man, yeah. And more parks need to do walkthroughs like that. Seriously, I love me a good walkthrough attraction. The other wooden coaster here, Hoosier Hurricane, is down for today, but it looks like they have some people walking to Let's Hill. I'm hoping it'll open at some point today, but they're doing something. All right, our next credit to conquer is the Cyclone, which appears to be like a wild mouse, wild cat kind of style coaster. And I've been on a few wild mice, but none like this, so this should be interesting. Okay, so Cyclone here is actually a Zyklon/Galaxy coaster from Schwarzkopf. It previously operated in Mexico, and it just opened up here in 2022. So this is actually one of the newest coasters here at Indiana Beach. So a very interesting thing to note about this ride is that you are not allowed to put your hands up, which is, I would argue, one of the best parts of riding a ride, but I guess it's because of the clearance, so yeah. Cyclone might just be one of the jankiest rides I've ever done. It was kind of meh, not my favorite coaster, but I mean, kind of cool that we got to do a classic. It's very apparent why they make you keep your arms down because there's some pretty low clearance on some spots. So yeah, it was an experience for sure. Alrighty, next up is a dark ride credit, the Den of Lost Thieves. This one seems pretty cool. Looks like it has a parody theme to it.
Show your courage and will certify you yourself with beautifully
Okay, we are entering the Den of Thieves, and it is so dark in here. Oh, we're going uphill, I think. puppy. Ooh, there's treasure. To the dungeon! Oh, you beat me by a lot. I didn't do so good. I got like 170 or 270, something very sad like that.
540, but it was stinky in there.
Alrighty, we are going to grab a late lunch before hopping on the boat, and we're gonna get it here from Captain Dougie's. Alrighty, so I got myself the fish basket, which comes with one piece of fish, fries, a hush puppy, and I also got some tartar sauce on the side there. This looks so good, and without any further ado, let's dig in. And these really didn't last long, but we also got some garlic cheese bites. They were so good.
Yeah, they're good.
I think it's amazing. Yeah. So the fish is really, really good. Now, I've actually never had a hush puppy before. I'm not even sure what it is. So here's to breaking my hush puppy virginity. I still don't know what it is, but it's good. I can't tell what's in there. I like it. Okay, so it's shortly after 2 now. The next boat seems to leave at 2:15. So I think we're gonna wait around and catch a ride on the Shafer Queen. Alrighty, we have made it onto the Shafer Queen, and our boat is just leaving the dock now. And I'm very excited for this. I think we're gonna get a 30-minute tour of the river, get some great views of the park and some of the properties on the side of the river. Are you excited, Amanda?
Yeah, this is, it's been a while since I've been on a boat. Last time I remember being on a boat is going to Center Island, I think.
Oh, to Centerville?
Yeah, Centerville.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Toronto Island ferries.
Yeah, that was the last time I was on a boat.
I actually like boat rides, so I'm excited for this. The last one I did with that Centerville one last year when I went to go get the cred. I heard this one's really good for the views of the park and that.
So right there's the Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain. That is one of the most interesting roller coasters in the world. And unfortunately, it is not open today. So I guess I'm gonna have to come back at some point to get that one, because that is one credit I was really looking forward to. But yeah, it's gonna be down for the next couple of weeks. I think they're doing a bit of retracking on a portion of it. And over there is the All-American Triple Loop, and it's not open yet. Hopefully soon. I think I heard from someone it's supposed to open in about 3 weeks, so maybe by the time this video is out, it will be open already. It had quite a bit of a storied history, actually. It, I think, originally started out in the German Ferris circuit as dryer looping, which means triple loop, obviously. And most recently, it was in this park in Mexico, and unfortunately, it suffered from a quite tragic accident. So it's got a bit of taint on it, so to speak, but hopefully it finds some new life here. I think Indiana Beach is poised to take much better care of this ride if it ever opens. You know, we've been waiting on it for a few years now. We are back. That was really fun. Like I said, you can never go wrong with a good boat tour, and this one took you like up the river, down the river. You got some great views of the park from multiple angles, so yeah, I would definitely recommend making the time to check this out if you're here at Indiana Beach. It is so worth it, especially if you want to get some good photos and good footage. Next, it was time for us to conquer the Sky Coaster, and admittedly, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with these rides. Prior to this trip, the only other one that I've done is Extreme Skyflyer over at Kings Island. I did that one with my friend Scott, and I ended up loving it, but it was still a bit of a freaky experience, and despite the fact that the Indiana Beach one is quite a bit smaller, I still had some reservations. However, knowing how much fun I had on the last one, and the fact that the Indiana Beach Sky Coaster is unique in the fact that it swings you out over the water, not to mention the fact that it's quite a bit cheaper than Sky Coasters that you'll find at other parks, I knew I couldn't pass up the opportunity. So Burke and Quenten did their ride first, and I ended up riding with Amanda, and thankfully we were able to capture the experience. Tyler ended up filming me, and I also recorded the audio on my Apple Watch. So if you're listening with headphones right now, I am so sorry for what you're about to hear, but this is my reaction on the Indiana Beach Sky Coaster.
As you're going up, I suggest looking over the water if you get nervous. It is a very lovely view.
All right.
Or just look at his abs.
Oh shit.
Alrighty, fire! 3, 2, 1, fly!
Oh my god, I love this! This is great! Holy moly, this is great! I love this so much! Can we fly now? Can we open up our arms? I'm gonna fly away! We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can reach. Ever Woohoo! This is great. I love this. Now, I don't know what happened, but for some reason I'm missing all of the footage from the rest of the day. Thankfully, we've pretty much done everything at the park by this point, but I did want to share some photos and highlight some things that we did during the last few hours of our day here at Indiana Beach. After the Sky Coaster, we made our way down the boardwalk and experienced some things at the far end of the pier. We didn't end up doing every flat ride at the park, but we did do the paratrooper and the flying bobs. Another cool aspect about Indiana Beach is that, well, it's a beach, sort of. You can go swimming there, but the swimming area is kind of weird because it doesn't have a sandy beach bottom, but it's kind of like this big concrete slab that they stuck in the water. So it's not very deep, you can't swim too much, it's more of like a natural wading pool of sorts, but still, it's cool. You can go out in the water or you can hang out on the shores. There's also a couple water slides around, not a whole lot, but there's a few, and we did do one of them. So yeah, we spent about an hour at the beach, and then after that we went to grab a snack. Indiana Beach has a few interesting food options, but one of the most iconic things that you can get is the frozen banana. From there, we finished off our day with another ride on Cornball Express, a ride on the log flume, and then Amanda and I rode the Music Express, and while we were on there was this parent who wanted us to ride with her two little girls. They were a little nervous about the ride, and she seemed to trust us, so we rode with them and made them feel safe and good, and they ended up having a blast. But I was talking to the mom after, and she was actually one of the business owners here on Indiana Beach. So all of the little shops and restaurants that you see on the boardwalk, they're not owned directly by the park, but they're kind of owned in partnership with outside vendors. So the people that we were talking about, I think the mom owned one of the crystal shops or something of that nature. And then her husband actually ran the place that we went for lunch, that fish and chip store. So that was really neat. And it really kind of opened up my eyes to what makes Indiana Beach so special. It's those local connections. It's for business owners, for locals who are looking for a good time. It's a community spot, and even if you're not local, you can still be drawn into that atmosphere and get a sense of that community. And yeah, I think that is awesome. I think more parks should try to lean into that kind of vibe, so I'm really glad that we got to experience that. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video, as well as the end of our Missouri road trip series. I am so glad that we got to finish things off here at Indiana Beach. We weren't originally planning on stopping in at this park, but you know, our last stop was Kansas City and Worlds of Fun, and we didn't want to drive all the way home from there in one go, so stopping here allowed us to break up the driving a bit, and of course, we got to experience an awesome new place. Like I said, this park is so cute and charming, and I mean, I'm always a big fan of these smaller, more historical feeling parks like Waldemere and Knoebels, so Indiana Beach fits perfectly into that pantheon, and it just has a nice vibe. Like I was saying, that local charm is definitely this park's strength. Now, in terms of weaknesses, this park had a lot of staffing issues. I guess that was a major problem in 2023, but you know, we didn't get to do Hoosier Hurricane, the Lost Coaster. A lot of the coasters were also only running on one train, which made some of the waits a little longer than we would have liked them to be. Not to mention the fact that All-American Triple Loop still wasn't open during our visit. It had been under construction for so long, but there is good news on the horizon. Indiana Beach did announce that All-American Triple Loop will open with the park this season, so fingers crossed that that all goes smoothly and that they can fully staff the rest of their rides, because I really want to return to this park. Despite its flaws, we had a really good day here, and I can only imagine how much more fun we would have when the park is running at its peak potential. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more adventures from theme parks, attractions, and beyond, you might want to consider becoming a subscriber. Like I said, this video is part of a larger road trip series that mostly focus on theme parks in Missouri, so if you like this one and kind of want to see what led us up to this point, go back and give those videos a watch, because I think you'll enjoy those as well. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at ADVParker, and on TikTok and Facebook at Adventures with Parker. Give me a follow and let's continue the conversation. As always, big shout out to my patrons for all of the extra support you give me. I really couldn't do what I do on the channel without you, so thank you so much. And if you want to learn how you can support the channel for as little as a $2 a month in exchange for some sweet perks and bonus content, you can visit patreon.com/ADVParker to learn more. Finally, if you're looking for t-shirts, mugs, sweaters, tote bags, and everything in between featuring designs inspired by my adventures, head on over to my merch shop, Adventure Outpost. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, the adventures are calling. See ya! And I also got some tartar sauce on the sauce.
I like it.